For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now. Do you ever want to just slum it? Do you want to do a role where you just look pretty and sing songs and have a good time?
Can't do. I suck at it. And I suck at it because I don't enjoy it. We are, in a lot of ways, perpetuating patriarchy ourselves.
Yeah.
So I feel we are not just victims, but also perpetrators of patriarchy.
Vidya, it's always lovely to see you. I was thinking that a Vidya Balan film is always special, but a Vidya Balan film with Amit Masurkar is something else. Okay, I cannot wait to see Sherni. You must know that there's always, of course, there's already been one Sherni in 1988 with
Right.
the great Sridevi. So you're in very good company. And I want to ask you truthfully, how seduced were you by that title? Because I can't imagine any actor saying no to a film called Sherni, in and as.
Firstly, thank you for all that you said, Anu. But honestly, the title came after I said yes to the film.
Oh,
And I was so thrilled that they found such a great title.
it is.
I said, isn't it amazing that it's never been used before? And then I said, no, actually, it has been used before. I think it's a Sridevi film. And Vikram said, yes, it is a Sridevi film. Of course, I haven't seen that film. But I was like, wow, at least I share something with Sridevi.
No, and what a killer idea. It's a title that says so much.
Yeah,
And,
really.
Amit Vidya has, of course, only done two films before this, Suleimani Kida and Newton. But I think he's already established himself as a very distinctive voice.
Yeah. And I think distinctive is one. The other is unusual.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another word to describe Amit. I've been thinking of all sorts of adjectives, but I think he's just unusual. The way he looks at the world, the way he picks his stories or the stories he picks, and the way he approaches performances, everything. It's so unusual. Yeah. So I just think that one, it is a unique story. Given that in Hindi cinema, I don't think we've seen this kind of a story. It's not just a story set in a jungle, it's about the jungle. Right? And secondly, I'm playing a forest officer. I don't think the forest department is familiar territory for us. So that was interesting. But above all, I think it was Amit's vision that I love that he uses satire. There is that again is so unusual because most people don't. And satire is such a powerful. What is it? Is it a genre?
Yeah, it's a way of approaching the world.
Yeah. So I think
it's a critique of the world, really.
Yeah, correct.
Which is wonderful because it when done well, something like Jaane Yaaro, it endures forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't get dated. So
spoiler alert, I just want to mention that she mentioned Jaane Yaaro because her husband's acted in it. For those who don't know, Vinod Chopra has acted in Jaane Yaaro. If you haven't seen it, please see it. If you've seen it and not realized it, see it again.
I just slipped it in there.
Yeah.
He's in that iconic climax, running around with a gada. But Vidya, tell me, what I loved in the promo were the little moments, the little look that you give when you're told that you're not dressed up enough, or that understanding when the men kind of are obviously gaslighting you, and you can see it, you can't say anything. Those specific expressions. Tell me what it was like to be directed by Amit. What did you learn from this? You're an amazing actor already, but what did you learn from this experience?
No, I think it required a lot of I don't know whether it was unlearning or relearning, because his approach is very realistic, so if you slip into any conveniences or go for the familiar, he catches you immediately, because he wants to keep it really realistic. And that's very tough, especially in a character like Vidya Vincent, she's reticent. She doesn't say much. She doesn't smile much. Firstly, that's not me as a person or any of the characters I've played so far, largely. And I've played characters, all of them strong, but strong in very obvious ways.
Right.
Whereas here, she's very strong-willed. She's got a steely resolve, but she doesn't like to engage with the world. She's almost like a loner, so this is a perfect place for her to be in. So sometimes when Amit would tell me that, no, maybe we should tone down the reaction, and I would be like, but I hope I don't come across as non-reactive.
Right.
That's the extent to which he's shown me of all, I don't know, the familiar tropes or trappings or whatever. It was tough sometimes because, I think I like some sort of, even the expression of a non-expression. I don't know how to describe this to you.
Right.
It's
like to do more.
No, yeah, not do more as in more, but at least I feel that my expressions have to convey what I'm feeling,
right.
like it normally does with all of us. But there are people who are really inscrutable.
Yeah.
And I guess she's one of them. So, I was constantly grappling with that, and that was tough. But I think once I was done with it, I felt like, okay, not bad, because it's a different kind of experience as an actor.
Yeah, yeah. What's also exciting, Vidya, is the cast around you. I mean, what a gathering of like talent. Neeraj Kabi and Vijay Raz and Sharat Saxena and Ila Arun and Vijendra Kala. Yeah, what's it like when so many seasoned players get together? What is the atmosphere?
It's like playing sport for hobby. It's just, it was just so chill. Because for all of them, they're not thinking about what to do, or they're so seasoned. It's so effortless for them.
Yeah.
It's we'd all be chatting in between shots, and then suddenly we'd go do the shot, and then we'd be chatting again. And there was no buffoonery or anything on set, and there were no pranks or anything of the sort. But I'm just saying, there was an ease about the process. Vijendra Kala, for example, I think he's so wonderful. Yes. Anything that he does, it just doesn't feel like a performance. He's so funny. He's so effortlessly funny. When he does comedy, you don't think you think, oh, this is his personality. Actually, he's doing comedy, except that he does it so seamlessly. It doesn't seem like a performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was wonderful to be acting with this bunch of actors. It was really lovely. And people whose work I've liked, I've enjoyed, I've admired.
Yeah.
Vijay Raz, again, what an actor. What timing. So I would just marvel at these guys saying, wow.
Tell me, I think it was last year, maybe, in an interview, you described yourself as a work in progress feminist. What did you mean?
What I mean is that I don't think feminism is not and cannot be an absolute. And therefore, I am a work in progress feminist. I don't think whether I'll ever be able to call myself an absolute feminist. For example, sometimes I catch myself saying, doing, or thinking in ways that are not feminist. And that's because our conditioning is so deep, is so deeply embedded, that we don't even realize that we are, in a lot of ways, perpetuating patriarchy ourselves.
Yeah.
So I feel we are not just victims, but also perpetrators of patriarchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I catch myself sometimes, saying, why does it have to be like this? Is this because you're a woman? And then, but I think that will keep happening.
Yeah. Yeah. You keep evolving, you keep understanding more.
Absolutely. And therefore, sometimes when I hear people say that so and so actor said such a sexist thing in the past and is now claiming to be a feminist, or has said something racist in the past, I'm saying, are we human beings? We're constantly learning, growing, evolving.
Yeah.
So, thank God the person is speaking differently now.
Correct.
You didn't stop at ABCD, na? Now you're able to read, you're able to form sentences, you're able to have conversations. You're expecting the person to be stuck in time. So it's the same thing.
I know, Vidya, you and I have talked about this before. I know you've always said that you're not here to sort of for a cause, right? You're not here, you're not choosing films that are espousing causes, or always wanting to sort of present a certain sort of social upliftment or whatever. But tell me, do you ever feel that they're burdened by our expectation of you, of that we will always want you to be this, this powerful woman on screen, to present us with this sort of strong layered character? Do you ever want to just slum it? Do you want to do a role where you just look pretty and sing songs and have a good time?
Can't do. I suck at it. And I suck at it because I don't enjoy it. I like the meteor stuff. I like substantial parts. I like to sink my teeth into, complex personalities, and to be able to do justice, to at least try to do justice to them. So I couldn't do those song and dance routines only.
But listen,
and I don't even dance well.
Hey, that's not true. You were pretty damn good in the dirty pictures. So you've done some good dancing. But Vidya, you're having a great time, or at least it seems to us on the outside, on Instagram with fashion and with looking glamorous and beautiful. I love the Sherni sari.
Oh, thank you.
Are you having fun with it? Are you having fun with just being dressed up and all of the rest of it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when we were discussing promotions, we didn't even know whether we'd be able to promote it like this a month ago. But my stylist Pranay, Shaunak and I had this chat, and we said, okay, at least let's try to drive home the point visually. If nothing else, so that people see the tigress and know that we're talking about Sherni. Thankfully, we are able to do interviews and all today, but nonetheless, it's just fun. It's not just the Sherni, but we're also working with all concepts, everything that's nature themed,
right,
or jungle themed. So it's great fun, yeah.
Tell me, but Vidya, do you have a sense of, now it's been 15 months, right? What is the temperature right now in the film industry? Do you have any sense of like where actors are? Is there a sense of anxiety, or have people kind of now come to terms with, okay, films will go straight to OTT, we may not shoot for another few months? I mean, what do you think the general mood is?
I think, I'm really quite removed from any of these conversations, far removed from it, because I'm really not in touch with anyone. But from what I hear from Siddharth, I think people are very keen to get back to work. Because I think, like the rest of the world, ours is not the only industry that suffered,
Yeah.
It's across industries all over the world that have gone through this downsizing, have had to pause work, and it's really caused such enormous losses of all kinds. So I think everyone's just keen to get back to work. Hopefully, once crews are vaccinated, at least once the first dose happens, I think we'll slowly be, and once, of course, we get the requisite permissions, that most importantly, I think people will get back to work.
Yeah.
There is, also it's been such a churn, right? Because it's been confusing. There's been so much grief and loss, and now people just want some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think people are also concerned about the fact that theaters have shut down. So many theaters have shut down. But I'm very hopeful. I'm an optimist, and I feel that once things go back to normal, we'll have our theaters, full up.
I think so. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, me
Tell
neither.
Vidya, what's next for you? What are you working on now?
Actually, Anu, I really don't know what I'm working on now, because for the first time in a long time, I said yes to 3 films, and then the lockdown happened. So I don't know which one I'm starting first, which is why I'm just going to refrain from saying anything today.
Oh, that's exciting. 3 movies.
Yeah. Actually, one is a film that I said yes to last year, and then the pandemic happened. Then when things opened up, I got excited and said yes to another 2. But hopefully they'll all happen soon.
So you're going to be very busy, and we're going to see a lot of you.
Yes, I hope that's a good thing.
It is always a good thing. It's always a good thing, Vidya. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Anu. Lovely talking to you.
Always.
Hi, this is Vidya Balan. If you like this video, do subscribe to Film Companion.